In today's video, we're going to be doing the oil change as well as topping off the manual transmission fluid with that Pennzoil Synchro Mesh. Actually, it's right here. I'll show it to you guys. This stuff, yeah. This is going to go in the manual transmission to top it off and make sure we are Gucci down for our trip down south. So, gonna need some keys, for sure the coffee, and we can head outside to go get started. I think I'll probably start on the manual transmission fluid first. With the Prelude up on jack stands, or at least wood blocks and a couple jack stands, we have it basically leveled out, which is what you want whenever you're going to be draining or basically filling up the manual transmission, or I suppose the auto too. With the manual transmission, you want the car level, essentially up in the air, so you can have something underneath to catch any loose fluid. Now you have two bolts on the manual transmission, a drain and a fill bolt. In my case, I'm not going to be touching the drain one today. I'm just going to be adding more fluid in, so I'm going to pop open the fill bolt. The reason you want the car to be level is because when you're pouring in the fluid through the fill hole, you'll know it's full and at the proper level when it starts pouring back out the hole. With that being said, it's apparent that if the car is not level, it's obviously not going to know when the proper amount is. So you just want to make sure the car is level when you get started on working on draining or filling your transmission. The other day I picked up this doohickey, which is just going to be super helpful. It's nice because it just basically screws onto the Pennzoil transmission fluid cap, and it allows me to kind of control the flow with an on and off switch on this thing, as well as fill the transmission from the top instead of having to use a pump from below and try and get it that way. It's using gravity to just drop it into the transmission. Coming into the engine bay of the Prelude, on the transmission side, below all this wiring and whatnot, if you can see that bolt right down there with that washer on it, that's right at the tip of my finger, that's a 17 mil, and that's gonna be your fill bolt. We'll start by taking that out. Fortunately, I can do it from up top with a little open-ended ratchet. Actually, well, one of these guys. Super helpful if you don't have one. It spins, it's very nice, and it's small enough to get me into that space from above. I don't have to get underneath the car. I'll keep on dreaming out loud tonight. Summer is over, and you still haven't called me back. Broke it loose. That's good. We're just getting older, soon enough. I dropped the bolt down too, but the fill bolt's out, guys. Yeah, the fill bolt's out. manual transmission situated, as good as it's going to be until we get down to where we're going. I've went ahead and dropped the rear back down just to allow the oil change to go a little bit faster, because obviously you want it a little bit more on a tilt so that way the oil drains out. And that's what we're going to do next. We're going to get started on this. You guys have seen me do this a million times, so just pop the cap off, replace the fluid, replace the filter, put it all back together, drop the car down, and then we can get on to building out our little Stancy Boy road trip emergency roadside kit. Try saying that 5 times fast. Stancy Boy road trip emergency road kit. Stancy Boy road trip emergency roadside kit. One more thing before I do this oil change. Put a comment down below which state you think Jen and I are moving to. I'll tell you, it's in the southeastern part of the United States of America. Some contenders could include Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, and we'll throw in Louisiana. Put a comment down below which one of those states do you think it's gonna be that Jen and I are moving to in the fall. Here is what I'm thinking for the emergency, roadside assistance kit. I'm trying to bring as much as I can. I'm trying to make it easily accessible, so I'm gonna basically have a bunch of stuff in this bucket. Comes with a lid. I don't even know why I'm trying to sell it like that. And then I'm gonna use my tool bag, which I already emptied out a bunch of the unnecessary stuff, and I tried to just grab things that I know I could use or things I would need in a scenario, on the side of the road. We have a bunch of different hoses in multiple different sizes, some vacuum line as well, sockets, WD-40, various, I have some 5W30, I have some more 5W30, I have coolant, power steering fluid, duct tape. You guys saw me use this to fill up the transmission. Speaking of transmission, we have some more synchro mesh just in case. Fix-a-flat, brake fluid, oil funnel, oil filter. I need to go ahead and put this back into the exhaust muffler just because I don't want to have a super loud exhaust all the way down. So I'll put that back in there to silence it down a bit. Gloves for if it gets nasty, a bunch of different fuses, a bunch of little clamps, zip ties, cotter pins, one lug nut just in case. I'm gonna bring one jack stand. These are heavy, and I'm trying to keep the load pretty light because obviously it's a Stancy Boy, and if I end up putting a ton of weight into it, I'm gonna have to jack it up and raise the coilovers, which I'm trying to avoid. So I'm gonna bring one jack stand because in a pinch I think I can get away with one and not two. Jumper cables, some wood blocks to get the Prelude up off the ground, and Oma's not here, but instead of bringing my big heavy 3-ton jack, I'm gonna bring Oma's little, jack that comes with the car. It's obviously a bit more sketchy, but it's more intended for roadside assistance, not, having the car up doing manual swaps and stuff like that. So I think that will work, and this should be hopefully everything we need to at least get us off the road in a bad situation. Jeff, I know you watch my videos, and thank you. I did take your list into huge consideration when putting together this kit. So let's give this video a thumbs up for Jeff for hooking the Prelude community up with this little roadside assistance kit. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much for the love. And guys, if you enjoy this video and you're getting something out of it, give it a thumbs up. You know, it really helps the channel. And honestly, just YouTube understand that I make okay content and other people might enjoy it. So it only helps the algorithm. I'm pretty happy with everything and how the Prelude is set up and prepared for this trip. So once I get everything packed up into the Lude, we're gonna test fit everything just to make sure it's not too heavy, and if we're good to go, then we're good to go. Unless like something major happens that I need to update you guys on, I think the next video will probably be Jen and I in this Lude taking off down south to go, basically what we're doing is touring a couple of places that we are thinking about moving to, and we want to just get there, see it in person. It's way different than when you're just watching YouTube videos of a place or like Googling it. So we want to go there, check it out for ourselves, maybe see if we like some towns and areas that we would move to in the fall. So we're going to do that. And then the Prelude is going to be sitting down at my dad's house in Alabama until we get down there in the fall. So I'm so stoked, guys. Jen and I are just so excited to be like making moves, making power moves, and kind of big transitions with our life. And I think it's going to be great for the channel. I think the new build's going to be awesome. I hope you guys are excited for it, because I am just so stoked. It's going to be like a whole new realm of content for this channel. Enough chit chatting. I'll see you in the next one. Keep elevating. You know what to do. Bye-bye.